Dan is the king of high-ticket sales, and he is a masterful entrepreneur.
That's what I love about Dan, no BS.
Dan is an exceptional leader, teacher, business mentor, and friend.
Dan's a force of nature.
$12 million in my pocket is what I believe I would have above and beyond what I've made in the last 10 years alone, had I found Dan Lok sooner.
Here's a good question from one of our podcast listeners. He asked, Dan, how do I get my clients better results in a fraction of the time, in 10% of the time? First of all, you have to recognize not all your clients will get results. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how much experience you have. I don't care how eager you are. Not all your clients will get results. You have to accept that as a fact. You want to help as many people as possible, but knowing you cannot help everybody. I tried that. It does not work. Knowing there's only a percentage of your client base that you will be able to serve and you will be able to help, then they will get results. Some just simply won't get results, and I'll talk about why they won't get results. Sometimes they might quit. In some cases, they might blame you or your system. Hey, your system doesn't work, or your coaching doesn't work. And it doesn't matter what you do and what you're coaching on. In order for your clients to get results, you could give them all the steps, right? You give them all the mechanics, all the how-to in the world, and that's fine. But they are not going to do it if you don't give them the proper mindset. In fact, it's 80% mindset and 20% mechanics. I'll give an example. I teach high-ticket closing and high-ticket sales. The mechanics are, how do you ask questions? How do you close? Here's the script. How do you listen? How do you do these things, right? What to say, how to say it. The mechanics of it, that's not hard. This is what's hard. People are afraid to pick up the phone. They have negative association with selling. They don't like to sell. They're uncomfortable about it, right? Or they're uncomfortable with money. They're uncomfortable asking for the sale. Or they pick up the phone, they get a few rejections, and they quit. It has nothing to do with the mechanics of closing. It has everything to do with the psychology and the mindset of selling and closing. This is the piece that people don't understand. Now, what that has to do with you, that means as a coach, as a consultant, as an expert, if you want your clients to get better results in 10% of the time, you must address this. You must address the mindset piece. You must include the mindset piece in your training. In fact, with what I do, I address this, the mindset piece, first before I give them the mechanics. Because the best mechanics in the world without a proper mindset doesn't mean anything. Most financial and business problems are personal problems in disguise. I'll say that again. Most business and financial problems are personal problems in disguise. They're not business problems. They're not financial problems. They're personal problems in disguise. There are 7 things that are preventing your clients implementing what you teach, what you coach them on. Number 1, they can't do it. They just can't do it. They don't know the mechanics. They can't do what you ask them to do. They can't do what is necessary to solve the problem or create a result. Number 2, they won't do it. Not they can't, they have the abilities, but they won't. They won't do it. Number 3, they don't believe they can do it. So you could tell them, hey, this is exactly what needs to be done. Follow this step by step. Well, I don't know, I can't do it, I haven't done this before, it seems difficult, maybe other people could do it, but I don't believe I can do it. That's a mindset issue. Number 4, they don't believe it will work. They don't believe your coaching will work, they don't believe your system will work, they don't believe your training will work for them. Think about it, if they don't believe it will work, it won't work, because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy for them. It will not work. They will not even start. And this is why they procrastinate, because they don't want to fail. And number 5, they don't stick with it long enough, which is also a mindset issue. So they believe they can do it. They are trying to do it. And they have the ability to do it. But they don't stick with the process or your coaching long enough for them to get results. It's like going to the gym. Hey, I'm going to the gym. I signed up for the gym membership. Maybe I go there a couple times. I showed up a couple times. But am I going there every single week? Am I going there 3 times a week? Am I going there for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, and 5 years? They don't stick with it long enough. Why? Because they have shiny object syndrome. They jump from one thing to another. They jump from one expert to another. That's why they don't get results. Number 6, they play victims. In our society now, we all have this victim mentality. Most people, they're acting like victims. They're walking around like victims. It's somebody else's fault. It's the government's fault. It's the company's fault. It's the economy's fault. It's whatever. They're always pointing fingers. Somebody else's fault, but never me. They act like victims. They are bitchers, moaners, and whiners. BMW, I call them. One of the things I teach people to do, which most of the time they don't pay attention to, they ignore, is you got to take 100% responsibility for your own life. Easy to say, not easy to do. Because we want to blame. Because when we blame, it feels good. Doesn't feel so good when they say, hey, it's my fault. Right? It's my problem, I got to fix it. And the last thing that holds people back is their environments. Who you surround yourself with is who you become. So they're trying to implement what you teach, they have the proper mindset, but if family and friends are not supportive, if the environment they're in is not supportive. So in order for you to get better results for your clients, again, you're not going to get 100%. You're not going to help 100% of your clients. You're not even going to help 50% of your clients. Forget about it. You help the one who helped themselves. And you address this mindset piece in all your training, in all your coaching. What you will find is you will have more clients, get better results at a fraction of the time. Until then, go high ticket.